our next project shows us the possibilities of global collaborations. Zoom teamwork really makes the dream work, and this guy certainly puts the I in team.
Yeah.
Sharing his travels from Pittsburgh, he's Elias with Borough on a Hill. Woo! Woo!
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, great. All right, so first off, I just want to say thank you to the Everett program, all the fellows, our teacher Roxana, director Chris, and everyone else. They made all this possible for me. And so yeah, so Learn and Grow is the project that I put together in collaboration with the city of Mount Oliver. So Mount Oliver is an independent municipality that's located within Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And here we go. So yeah, the goal was to connect underemployed residents with career development resources. These programs were already established, and our goal was to find a way to ensure residents were utilizing them. And yeah, so here we go. So what you can see there is Mount Oliver. This little blank square there is Mount Oliver. And so a couple of the features that make it unique are what made it both ripe for partnership in terms of need, as well as made it a good partner in terms of collaboration. So the borough being completely independent makes it particularly responsive, accessible, and there's like a degree of interaction between like community residents and partners such as myself that's not usually possible like with municipal bodies. The city itself only has about 3,000 residents, and so the need in Mount Oliver is rooted in the fact that it's been plagued by poverty and population decline. So the reason it's independent is it used to be like a very prosperous middle class area when like the steel mills and mineral industries were still thriving in the region. So it refused annexation as the surrounding areas all became part of Greater Pittsburgh. But unfortunately, that independence did not save it from the economic decline, which plagued the Rust Belt. And so, yeah, as you can see, the population is less than half of what it was at its peak, and poverty sits at around 30%. So the first thing we had to do was we had to decide what were the resources that we wanted to connect residents with. Then we had to figure out how we were going to put them together and get them out. So our primary deliverable for this was a permanent web page that was going to go on the Mount Oliver website. And then once we had those resources together, put into the website, we had to find a way to spread the word and ensure residents would use this new resource. So the three programs that we featured, we chose because they have very good track records in the area. They're all well established and have high-quality third-party impact ratings. Just very briefly, so the top one there is the Keystone Job Corps. This is the Pennsylvania chapter of the federal program that is the Job Corps. Perscolas is a tech training nonprofit that provides no-cost training in fields ranging from IT to software development. And then the Bidwell Training Center is a Pittsburgh local institution that's been around since the 1970s that offers a variety of vocational programs. The unifying features about these that made them so appealing is they're all free. They all have like externship programs that will help graduates get jobs, and they will provide all necessary resources. Also, the only prerequisites for them are either a GED or a high school diploma. So yeah, so we put these all together and we constructed a website, and that's now a permanent feature on the Mount Oliver City website, but it's not like people are just going to check what's going on the local municipality webpage on a day-to-day basis, so we had to find a way to get the word out, and we did that in 3 different ways. So the first one was, we sent out a newsletter. There's a quarterly newsletter that the borough sends out, and they included like a half-page informational about the project. And then at 6 different concerts throughout the summer that are hosted in like the city square, I would go and set up a table and just like talk to people, get people's emails to send them personalized information, and just like, yeah, spread the word, get some feedback. And then for the month of August, which is the prime enrollment period for most of these programs, we went ahead and put up a billboard, and the billboard was put right on the way in and out of Mount Oliver, and it's situated on the 4th busiest bus route in Pittsburgh, so we figured it was a good location to get some traffic. So as far as successes, the biggest success is the resource is alive and well. It's on the website, it's a permanent feature, and it's something that my partners at the city government have expressed interest in further developing and continuing. One great example of this being a dynamic project was there was a point when I had an impromptu co-tabling event with the Steam Fitters Union. So someone I knew in the city government, son is a rep for the Steam Fitters. They're a huge union with a chapter in Pittsburgh. It happened to be their enrollment period for new union members, and so we set up a tabling event with them to disseminate information about how to join the union. So that was very cool, and I had an incredibly supportive partner. My partners down at the city were incredibly helpful, and these established resources are of such a high quality. It really made our job easy in that we just had to find a way to get the word out. As far as challenges, so our target demographic for this is under and unemployed. So it's typically going to be younger people, and we would like to reach across the spectrum of the Mount Oliver community, which is roughly half white, half African American. And so our main outreach medium, which is the billboard, it was difficult to measure specific impact. And also the main attendees of our tabling events are 60 plus retired and almost entirely white. So that was a little bit of a challenge. I did get some secondhand referrals through those contacts. And towards the end of the project, I did start to develop some inroads with groups in the community that do work in the African American community, both through churches and another nonprofit named the Bashir Organization. But by that point, it was too late to incorporate that officially into the project. But my hope is further endeavors with Learn and Grow will be able to utilize those contacts. So I'll just close by saying Learn and Grow is alive, it's dynamic, it's something that the borough is committed to further expanding, and I couldn't have done it without the help of an incredibly supportive partner and the EVER program. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Elias.